people that are half in never get the results because commitment brings you results. Results come from commitment. So how much effort will it take? I don't know. But what I would tell you as your older brother and as your coach is it will take more effort than you realize, but that's okay because you'll actually enjoy the process. Hi, my name is Moe Ghias. Essentially, I'm a kid who's obsessed with winning and sharing the lessons with you because growing up, I wish I had someone like me to help me out. On the Healthy Systems podcast, you will learn one main idea, system from each episode that you can use in your life, whether that is financial, relationships, fitness, and wellness. So if you're a millennial, you're hyper ambitious, this podcast is for you because the more systematic your life is, the more you can win and not waste time. So join me on your journey to building a life of healthy systems for yourself. Hello. Welcome to Healthy Systems Podcast. I'm your host, Coach Moe. And today I'm going to talk about a healthy system that I think you guys would find very useful, which is how much effort does it take to win in the 4 Fs? What are the 4 Fs? If you just started listening to us, well, 4 Fs are the 4 areas of your life that bring you the most fulfillment. What are those 4 areas? Well, first F stands for fitness, finances, faith, and family. Okay, write that down. Fitness, finances, faith, and family. Because at Healthy Systems, we're big believers in the fact that success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. So we want to make sure we get to the end of our lives. Not only are we successful, but also we are fulfilled. And we don't want to be successful, have everything we want materialistic, but not have fulfillment, right? So how do we get fulfillment? We want to be in great shape. We want to have, good money, financially independent. We also want to be close with our family, and we also want to be close with our faith. So today, what I want to talk about is how much effort does it take to win in those areas, okay? Because too often what I see as a coach, as a mentor, as an older brother is, including myself actually, a lot of us underestimate how much effort is going to go into winning. We underestimate it, right? And that's often good in the beginning because it lets you get started. In the business world, my friends and I, we often joke that if people only realized how much effort goes into building a business, they wouldn't even start. If people only realized how many years of work it takes to build a good physique, I don't think most beginners wouldn't even go to the gym, right? But at the end of the day, I do want you to have proper expectations. Nowadays on social media, you probably see a lot of advertising. Oh, make 10K sitting at home, make 40K doing this. This copywriting course is going to teach you this. And yeah, those are true. And some of those people do get results. But a lot of those people that get results actually have been doing it for at least a couple of years because they've actually accrued those skills. A beginner never makes it right off the bat. And if they did, it's probably because they already had some of the skills. So how much effort does it really take to win big? It takes a lot of effort. And you and I both know it. And whenever somebody tells you that, no, it's going to be easy, don't believe them. Especially, let's talk about fitness. When it comes to fitness, toning up, fat loss, right? It's going to take a lot more workouts that you anticipate to get you in shape. We literally had a client the other day hit their 1,000th workout with us because they've been with us for 2.5 years as a client. And that person, if you ask them, like, yo, man, like, do you have the body of your dreams? And he'll probably tell you, no, not yet, because I have more work to do and I actually really enjoy the work. I've forgotten about the dream body. I just enjoy it. I just enjoy the game. I enjoy the process. And same thing in business. If you ask a business owner that, hey, are you like a rich billionaire yet? Are you a millionaire yet? And most of the time, most business owners are not. Like literally 95% plus are not. But they would tell you they really enjoy running their own business and they actually are happy that they're still in the game because they've seen a lot of people that they quit on the game or they actually like got played out because they were not, they could not sustain financially. And I think that's the game. The amount of effort it takes is a lot more than you realize in the beginning. And that's not always a bad thing. But here's where it gets you. It gets you when you think that if you just do 2 workouts a week for 2 weeks, you should have lost 20 pounds. And that's not going to happen. The people that actually end up winning in this game of health, wealth, fitness, relationship, all of it, are the people that play it like the infinite game and not like a finite game. So the difference between infinite game and a finite game is in a finite game, there are known players and known rules. Soccer, baseball, football, those are all finite games, right? There's given amount of players and then there are rules. If you score more than the other team, you win. That's it. And then the game is over. Everybody goes home. That's a finite game. Let me give you an example of an infinite game. An infinite game has no rules, has no players, has unknown amount of players, and also it only has like one overarching theme, which is the game stops when you quit. So the purpose of the infinite game, the goal in the infinite game is just to keep the game going. That's it. The goal is to keep doing the workouts. The goal is to keep dating your wife. The goal is to keep the relationship alive, right? There is no other winning or losing because in infinite games, you lose only if you quit. So if you throw in the towel, you lose. The game stops, you lost. But if you just keep going, no matter how hard are the days, no matter how many times you're like, man, I feel defeated, and you just get back on track the next day, you have not lost. You're still in the game. That's an infinite game. How much effort does it take? It's going to take a lot of effort because it is an infinite game. How do you, it's like if you look at a marriage, who wins in a marriage, husband or the wife? Nobody. They both win if the game keeps going. The moment the game stops, they both lost. That's it. And that's why marriage is funny, right? Because it's like, yeah, you both have to make the game work. You both have to keep playing the game. Same thing in business. If a business owner continues to play the game of business and they keep showing up every day and their door is open day after day, that means they're still winning. They're still in the game. The people that lose the infinite game of relationships, of marriage, of business, of workouts, of health are the people that threw in the towel. I have so much respect for people that have tried diets and it didn't work and they keep trying and they eventually come work with us and we guide them step by step. We hold their hand and they end up winning. I have so much respect for those people because I'm like, they understand deep down in their soul that if they don't quit, they will eventually win the game. And I want you to have that belief because forget how much effort will it take. Ask yourself, how can I keep playing the game? Because if you keep playing the game on a long enough time horizon, you will win. The wrong question to ask is, "Hey Mo, I want to tone up my arms. How many workouts is that gonna take? What do you want me to tell you? 19? Like, what do you want me to say? You know what I mean?" And like, it makes no sense. Versus if you ask yourself, "Hey Mo, like, how do I get myself to enjoy the workouts?" Ooh, that's a good question. Hey Mo, I want to keep doing the workouts for the rest of my life. I want to keep being in shape. I want to stay in shape for the rest of my life. How do I do that, Mo? Then I'll have a much better answer. Versus people like, how many days do you want me to follow the diet? What do I say? Like 17? Like, what are you hoping for? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, the goal of the diet is for it to become your lifestyle. The goal isn't to just like eat the bland meals. The goal is to eat more protein, stay within your calorie limit, eat this, eat like all of those are little rules that once you make it sustainable for your life, it works. So never underestimate the effort it takes. Another thing I see is people quit too early because their expectations were this project should take days, maximum weeks. And the people that end up winning in these games of health and fitness, they play for years, they play for months, they play for decades. They're playing the much longer game than you are. Of course, you're going to quit. And here's the crazy thing. The crazy thing is time is going to pass anyway. The 3 months that you're afraid to commit to your fitness, they're going to pass anyway, and you won't have the results. Versus people that literally last night, I was so proud. One of my old clients, a software engineer at Microsoft, messaged me. And he was like, he worked with us like, I think 5 years ago. And back then he lost the weight and he's cupped it off and now he wants to come back and tone up. You know what he said? He didn't say 9 days or 9 weeks. He said, "Coach, I want to come back and sign up for 9 months." An old client said that because when he was working with us last time, he understood the infinite game. He understands that he wants to commit. Real players commit. People that are half in never get the results because commitment brings you results. Results come from commitment. So how much effort will it take? I don't know. But what I would tell you as your older brother and as your coach is it will take more effort than you realize, but that's okay because you'll actually enjoy the process. And if you enjoy the process, the effort will be irrelevant. So I hope you're as fired up as about this concept as I am. We're playing the infinite games here, everybody. You're not going to win in your marriage. There is no husband winning, wife winning, none of that. Both of you win because you're both in the infinite game together. And the moment one of you throw in the towel, the whole game stops. You both lost. So one of the things that I hear about when something fails, or a relationship fails, or a marriage fails, and people are like, yeah, whose fault was it? I think a better question to ask is like, yeah, like, what can you learn for the future going forward? Because whose fault was it makes it seem like it's a finite game. It wasn't a finite game. It was an infinite game where if one of you quit, both of you lost. That means both of you had to like literally just be playing the game. It's an infinite game. You only lose if you quit. You know what I mean? So there is no winner or a loser in marriage. There is no winner or loser in your health and fitness journey. As long as you continue to do the workouts, as long as you continue to get up the next day, even after you're defeated for a couple of days, get back on track. You're playing an infinite game. Fitness is an infinite game. Finances are an infinite game. Business is an infinite game. Self-improvement is an infinite game. I've read 100 books. The purpose of reading books is to gain wisdom so you can keep reading. Because the best wisdom you can gain is the idea that there's infinite amount of wisdom for me to gain. I'll never get to it all my whole life. I won't get to it. The more books I read, the more I realize how few books I've read. Seriously. The more smart people you meet, the more you realize how little you know. So at the end of the day, it's going to take effort, yes. But the concept that you're playing with is not a finite game. It is an infinite game. And the rules are simple. Like literally, there's only one rule. That is the moment you give up permanently, the moment you quit, that's the day the game stops. So if you're married, maybe have this conversation with your spouse about the infinite game. It's such a beautiful concept where it's like, you can literally ask yourself whenever you get into a fight, you're like, hey, remember the rule of the game. Remember the rule? And if the other person can say, yeah, to keep the game going, you both smile and walk away, right? Because that's the only goal. The goal isn't to win the fight. The goal isn't that the husband is this and wife is this. The goal is to keep the game going. That's how much effort it's going to take. That's it. Just whatever effort it takes to keep the game going, keep doing that and keep learning and keep improving. That's the game. I know I got really theoretical there, but that's it. The goal is to keep the game going. And then you hang out with players. Another thing you can do is hang out with players that are also playing the infinite game. Here's a tricky one. All right, I'm going to give you one that just came to mind. It is impossible to play a fair game with an unfair partner. It is impossible to play a fair game with an unfair partner. So if you're playing an infinite game and you listen to Healthy Systems and you're like wanting to keep the game going and you're with somebody that's playing a finite game, you are about to get hurt. I'm so sorry. Like, you are about to get hurt because that person is going to leave you and they're going to throw in the towel. But your ass is playing the infinite game and you're like, no, Mo said the goal is to keep the game going. I got to keep the game going. But they in their mind, they're about to quit. Well, it's good. You're still going to learn wisdom. And at the end of the day, you'll be fine. Let them leave. But I would say pick the partner wisely in any realm, right? Make sure the coach you hire is playing the infinite game. Make sure the partner that you choose to marry, your spouse, is playing the infinite game. Because at the end of the day, life is an infinite game. At the end of your life, you don't win or lose at life. At the end of your life, I assume you get to the end of your life and you realize you're like, okay, I kept the game going. I lived. And I think that's in itself a victory that you lived. Because life has suffering, life has all the obstacles it's going to present for all of us. And if we just keep playing the game, keep taking the breaths, keep going forward, keep moving forward, keep moving forward, we win by default. So I hope this one hits home for some of you because sometimes I notice we ask the wrong questions. So ask yourself, forget how much effort it takes. How can I keep the game going? There have been times when I've hired coaches just so I can keep the game going of fitness. I can keep, whenever I have low momentum or I'm feeling low energy and I've been training a certain way, I hire a new coach just because I know it's not the workouts they're going to give me. They're going to give me perspectives and that energy to just keep my fitness game going because I love it and it's good for me and it has benefits. So at the end of the day, the goal is to keep the game going. That's it. That's the only goal. And I want you to go into your business. I want you to go into your marriage. I want you to go into your faith, your finances to do that, right? Don't just stop praying or don't just stop on your faith just because you did something that were sinful. Just go back into it, right? People commit sins. That's how God made us. It's okay. Get back on track. Same thing with your fitness. Just because you had a weekend, a bachelor weekend or something like that, where you went off track with your diet, it's okay. Get back on track on Monday. Just get back on track. If you get back on track, you're still in the game, right? Same thing with your spouse. Everybody has arguments. Things go bad. Sometimes it doesn't work out. It's okay. Just get back on track the next day, right? Make up for it because the goal is to keep the game going. That's the only goal. Same thing in business. Took some losses. Okay, as long as you're still around and you still have something to work with, just get back on track the next day, right? And only hang out with people that are playing the infinite game because they'll help you win in the long run. And that's what you want. So I hope this helps. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for listening to the Healthy Systems podcast. I really appreciate you for tuning in today. Now, here are 2 ways I can help you for free. One, you can join our free Facebook community by just going to this link, bit.ly/Titan Facebook group. Just type that into your browser and then answer 2 questions, and then we'll let you into our Facebook community where you'll meet other people, as well as we have a lot of free resources in terms of meal plans, workouts, all kinds of stuff in there. Second way I can help you for free is if you follow me on Instagram at Moe Ghias, MOE, G as in George, H as in horse, I as in India, A as in apple, S as in Sam. Follow me there and then shoot me a message with the word Healthy Systems, and then I'll be sure to send you a free gift. Other than that, keep listening in, and I really appreciate you.